Hey guys, gals, super easy one today in Abandoned Mine. The daily is Stimulus 3, and we're just going to go with Erosion 3 and Action 2 to round us out. The team we're going to be going in with Myrtle, Texas, Quora with skill 2, Texas with skill 2 by the way. We're going to be utilizing Texas Stun, so if you don't actually have Texas, just grab Scavenger. Scavenger will be fine. Even Courier may be a bit harder for you guys, but for the most part, it shouldn't be too bad. The only difference is that what I'm going to be using Texas for, which is Texas's Stun, you would just then use Courier or Scavenger or whoever you're using here. You just use them as a throwaway rather than placing them where I do. So I'll explain that more when I get to it, just so you guys have a better understanding of it. Cora, skill 2. Amia, skill 2. I always say this, if you guys prefer skill 1, just use skill 1, but I like skill 2, so I use skill 2. Chen, with skill 3, Chen the Hongdae. Once again, need to borrow 5 support units, so grab that Chen. Cicero, skill 2. And last but not least, you will need a dedicated fast redeploy. Gravel's fine. Most of them just get one shot anyway, so whoever you pick is probably just going to get one shot, so it doesn't really matter. If this helps you out though, guys, leave a sub. Helps me out. And let's do this. Okay, so we're going to deploy Myrtle here first. Then we're going to deploy Texas. Chen, just here. Next, deploy Cicero here. Amia facing up. And we can take Texas out about now. Or our first Vanguard we can take out about now, I should say. As you can see, we don't need deployment points, so don't go too crazy. Basically, we do want Myrtle to block something if something does get through. So what we're going to do is we're going to use a fast redeploy on this guy. Use Chen's skill. So there goes the fast redeploy. I was going to yank him out anyway. Failed miserably at that. Texas in just here. Now, if you don't have a second Vanguard, if you don't have Texas, sorry, don't deploy your second Vanguard here. Just keep them lined up and use them as a blocker. So, Cora in after Texas. And from there on out, we can take Myrtle out. You can use the skill if you want, if you're worried. Terribly worried about your deployment points. Okay, we're gonna stop Chen's skill. So as you can see, I use Texas's skill fairly readily just to mitigate damage here. Once again, if you're not using Texas, you may want to just hold off on stopping Chen's skill. Sorry. Brain's not working. Just so your Quora doesn't get as bashed up. And worst case scenario, obviously, you can just use your fast redeploy. If you need to mitigate damage for whatever reason, you can just use your fast redeploy. So these casters here tend to be the ones that cause issues. And we also have 2 uses of our skill, Suzuro, so as long as you've got 1 left towards the end, you're fairly okay. So, fast forward this. So we'll actually block that defense crusher with our fast redeploy. And so once again, just to mitigate damage, I'll use Texas' skill here. And what we'll do is, we gotta wait anyway, so we'll wait until the very last moment to use Chen's skill. As is always the case, you'll probably need to use your fast redeploy just to slow down the golem. And, as always, we're stopping Chen's skill as soon as that golem and the defense crusher are both gone. So now we've got the last 2, we've got Mudrock, and we will have a big Bob coming out. Now, Big Bob will get here before Mudrock does, so be aware of that. So what we want to do... Did I say? Yeah. No, Big Bob will get there before Mudrock does. I don't know if I said that around the right way. So what we want to do is just delay Big Bob as long as we can. Whoops. So keep trying to push him back if you can with your deploys. So as soon as Big Bob enters the zone, use that skill. Again, just do whatever you can to sort of delay them. At this point in time, it's, you know, it's going to be whatever. And then just preemptively use everybody's skills. And that will do it. Good old Mudrock just one-shots poor old Cora, but that's alright with a shield up. Life's good. Anyway, the point is Mudrock went down, everyone's happy, and that's it. So, hope that helps out, guys.